start with a guided tour of the Impresso interface. But before we do that, a few more words about the project. Impresso is a 3-year project funded by the Swiss National Science Foundation, in which 3 partners have teamed up to use NLP and design to enrich historical newspapers for research. The partners are the DH Lab at EPFL in Lausanne, the Institute for Computational Linguistics at the University of Zurich, and here in Luxembourg we are responsible for the development of the interface and for historical research that supports the project. However, this project would have been impossible without the support from our partners. In the last 2.5 years, we've built up a collection of Luxembourgish and Swiss newspaper titles, thanks to support from the National Library of Luxembourg, the Swiss National Library, various regional partners in Switzerland, and individual newspapers such as Neue Zürcher Zeitung and Le Temps. We are also supported by the Swiss Information Service for Historians, InfoClio, and by the History Department at the University of Lausanne, who are supporting and advising us in the development of the historical components. But let's take a look at the research component behind Impresso. There's 5 challenges we address. The first is digitized newspaper silos. Most newspaper collections you encounter today are stored in institutional archives. Those can be on a regional level, they can be on a national level, but it is incredibly hard to go beyond these boundaries, to search across different archives. The second challenge has to do with the kind of data that is stored in these archives. These are huge collections. They are often messy due to different phases of digitization, due to evolving technologies in the quality of digitization and information extraction. One of the challenges of the project is to find a balance between these variations and to see clear through the variations and frankly the mess we encounter often. The third challenge has to do with noisy historical text. The tools we use to extract text from scanned images have evolved a lot in recent years, and there's, as mentioned before, always problems with regard to the perfect identification of characters from scanned images. There will always be text that has problems attached to it. But there's also a historical dimension to this. Spelling variations, for example, are something we encounter. The names of places or persons, or simple grammar has evolved and words were written differently 100 years ago than they are today. Now, with the support from our Swiss colleagues, we have obtained the best possible data that we can display as part of our interface. As step number 4, we are thinking about how we can use data visualization and interface design to give insight into this data that we have received. It is still not perfect, it is the best it can be, but how can we give researchers information about it? How can we give them the tools to find the content they are looking for? The 5th challenge addresses digital historical scholarship. Now that we have the best possible data and the, we believe, best possible interface, how can we conduct original historical research on top of all of this? But now it's time to take a look at the interface.